study international development and globalization. He dreams of sailing around the world. Ethan is also receiving the Dan Cisco Spirit Award presented by Miss Gail Jeffrey and the Destination Imagination Award presented by Faith Carry On.
Alright, before we get started, I'd like to share a small story, one that's inspired me. A man was walking by a work site one day, and he asked the first worker he saw what he was doing. The first worker replied, "I'm laying bricks." The man continued along and asked the second worker the same question, and he replied, "I'm building a wall." Finally, the man came across a third worker who, when asked the same question, replied, "I'm building a cathedral." You see, all three of these workers were doing the same task, but only one had a vision in mind.
Okay, so it may seem hard to believe, but that all the decisions that have been made for us are actually the parts of the visions of the people that have made us, literally and figuratively speaking. So, many years ago, our parents and our guardians and our teachers took on the rather weighty responsibility of guiding us through our developmental years. And for example, our teachers one day woke up and thought, yeah, I would love to go back to high school and lord over a bunch of obnoxiously hormonal teenagers. That would be fun. And who knows what motivated them to educate, but what we do know is that even though we may burn our binders at exam's end, it is a historically proven fact that burning books does not kill ideas. So even if we tried, we couldn't rid ourselves of the education they've given us.
And our parents. Can we really sum up all the wonderful things they have done for us?
No.
All those loving gestures that have gone unnoticed, those moments of joy, pride, anger, frustration, and love. In fact, I think we'd be surprised to find out how many sleepless nights they have spent thinking about problems that aren't even theirs, or wondering if they're doing the right thing. It may seem easy to be a parent, because all we have to do is remember what our parents did that we really did like, and vow to never do the same thing to our children. However, we really are the products of a vision. Our parents did just give us their chromosomes and an odd punishment. They tried in their own special way to pass on the wisdom they've gained in the roughly half a century they've been around. I know. And we're sure by now that your parents are wondering how those 2-year-olds that were grinning up at them way back when are now becoming grown people out to tackle the world of their own. I'd like to take a moment to quote a poem by Khalil Gibran that was introduced to me in Mrs. Schwingler's grade 10 English class. It's called Of Children. So just an excerpt from it. Your children come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams.
And if anyone has any questions about the underlying theme or meaning in that poem, I'm sure Mr. Donald already has some ideas, and I believe he's sitting over there hitting 69. But in all seriousness, it's now time for us to give thanks, because after all the leave me alones and we don't understand, we all love our parents, and they've given us life and guidance through thick and thin. And despite all the I swear my printer's broken and Mrs. kicked me out of the library again, we all really appreciate our teachers who have given us the opportunity to learn. And these wonderful people have passed on the tools we'll need to fulfill our own visions and to build our own cathedrals, whatever they may be. So if I can ask the graduating class of 2008 to please stand and toast the parents and teachers that have helped us along our way, that would be great. So everyone raise their glass and say
Steve, us, not everyone else, we would like to give a quick thank you to Mrs. Schwegler and Ms. Jeffries, who have worked tirelessly to put this all together, and this and the Grad Center and everything, so they deserve a big round of applause. And also, a huge thanks to Val McNichol, the HPAC Academic Committee, and Grad Council very own Jacqueline Smith, for spearheading the way towards a safer and more inclusive after grad, so big thank you for that. Now finally, one more thing I'd like all of you, grads of 2008, to do. I'd like you to turn to your parents and repeat after me. It's nothing bad, don't worry. It's very touching, actually. I'm going to say 3 words, or actually more than 3, but the first 3 words are important, so I love you and thank you. There you go.
Thanks, guys.
Shoot, I missed it.
We sure do pick them on the Grad Council.